Hi, library friends. Welcome to Overdue Conversations with the Library Ladies. I'm Lonnie Smith, WCPL's Outreach Manager.
And I'm Kylie Alumdar, WCPL Marketing and PR Manager.
This is your cozy corner for books, brews, and all the buzz from our favorite place to read, learn, and connect, the Williams County Public Library.
So grab your coffee, settle in, and join us for today's stories and events.
Oh my gosh, super excited about today's top story. So, our local history center is having an event called Edmund Fitzgerald, What Really Happened on September 15th at 6:30 p.m. This event is so special because Christopher Gilchrist from the National Museum of the Great Lakes is going to be here to present it.
I know, I'm so excited.
So if you don't know about the Edmund Fitzgerald, it was a famous freighter. It was a huge freighter that sank in Lake Superior during a terrible storm on November 10th, 1975. Cue Gordon Lightfoot. It lost all 29 crew members. And so if you want to learn the true story of what happened on that day and see this amazing presentation with our wonderful special speaker, please come to the local history center September 15th at 6:30.
Now, you love this topic.
I do love this topic.
I did not know anything about this topic until I started putting together this newsletter, but I told Lonnie about it, and she got so excited.
My little history nerd came out. So I drove all the way to Whitefish Point just to go to the Shipwreck Museum to learn about the Edmund Fitzgerald.
That is so cool.
Oh my gosh. When you walk in, there's this huge light from the lighthouse, and you think you know how big they are when you see pictures, but you don't until you see one in person. And they had artifacts from the shipwreck, and if you walked out onto this dock, they had a buoy because they almost made it to Whitefish Point.
Really?
They were so close.
Oh, wow.
And that is heart-wrenching when
Yeah.
you see that. But it was wonderful. Such a great museum. I learned tons from going there. And it was really cool to be that close to history.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for this program.
Yeah. I feel, you have pretty much convinced me that I think I need to go as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's such a tragic story because they had made the run many times before and they were loaded down with a huge load of cargo. And like I say, they almost made it like 3 more miles and they would have been safe.
Wow. History is always interesting.
I know. Sometimes it's so tragic, it breaks your heart, but how thrilling and wonderful that we're still talking about it. Those lives have lived on through our memories and through our telling it to each other. And it's going to be great. I can't wait for this program. I can't wait to learn more about it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of learning more, have you heard about this TikTok trend?
No.
Okay, so this is kind of for me because I nerd out about this stuff.
You're our nonfiction gal.
Yeah, so this is like for people who loved like nonfiction topics.
Sure.
Which I do. You guys know, if you've watched any of our videos, I'm normally reading at least one nonfiction book. So this is creating a personal curriculum for all of us who aren't in school anymore, who maybe miss it. Putting together a list of subjects or hobbies. It can be a whole mixture of whatever you want. It can be fun, it can be serious, it can be anything that you want. And then putting together a curriculum so that way you are learning it, processing it.
I love this idea.
Yeah, so I did kind of put together
Okay, let's
a little
see.
curriculum.
I want to know what's on
Let me just grab
Kylie's
my
school year.
books. Now, just a second.
Just a couple, huh?
Yeah, just a couple. Just a second. This is what I'm starting with. So like I said, the topics can be literally anything that you want. So if Lonnie wanted to learn more about the Edmund Fitzgerald, that would be a great topic, honestly. Yeah. You know how much I've been loving Outlander.
Oh, yeah.
I've been reading the books. So I'm going to be doing a history of Scotland.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Read about the real Battle of Culloden.
Yes. And then I am hoping to take a trip within the next year or two. So I definitely want to get into this and learn a little bit more about history. And then speaking of history, also this little encyclopedia of fairies.
Okay, I love that.
This one I really like because you can just kind of flip through it and pick whatever you want. I just thought having some of the stories of folklore would be interesting to get into.
Fairies are in the folklore of Scotland, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be a cool tie-in. And then another subject that I'm very interested in is nature. I am a nature girl. So specifically, I'm really going to sound nerdy, but there's been this scientific study about how trees are connected through their root system. So this book, Finding the Mother Tree, Discovering the Wisdom of the Forest, goes deeper into that topic.
Okay.
And I'm just like fascinated.
I love that.
I'm so interested in figuring that out. And to go with that, I also have Saving Nature 1 Yard at a Time.
Oh, I'm trying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm planting all the things for all the bees.
That's what I want to do. So I want to turn my backyard into a little nature zone. And then, of course, to go with the nature theme, I have Upstream by Mary Oliver, which she does poems about nature. This is her short collection of essays.
Okay.
She's beloved in the poetry genre.
Sure.
And Crystals and Gems, what they mean. Okay, now this is a completely different one, but the Netflix show The Thursday Murder Club just came out. So before I watch it, I want to read the book, and then I'm going to watch the series and do a compare and contrast, literary analysis, if you will.
So I have several patrons on my homebound delivery that enjoy murder mysteries. So
Yes.
I have been making this make the rounds, so that way
this
they're
is
up on it.
super popular. Richard Osman. I've heard amazing things, and it's been on my list for a long time. And I want to read it before I watch the series.
It's a 4-book series, and there is a 5th book that's sort of a companion. So if you like it, there's more to follow.
Awesome. But yeah, so like I said, with the personal curriculum, it's just whatever topics you want. Obviously, I'm not going to get through all this in a month, but it's something I can just flip through and work through at my own pace and take what I want and then leave what I don't.
That's really great. And I feel like I've done similar things to this. Like whenever I plan a vacation, I want to learn about where I'm going.
Yes.
So I'm going to the East Coast. I'm going to Cape Cod. I'm going to Salem. So I've read all about the Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
As much information as I could, and about the history of the area, stuff that you didn't learn in school. Like obviously I know Boston has a lot of history, and I know that Plymouth Rock is out there, but I don't know so much about the history of Cape Cod and things like that. So I learned some early on, but I plan on getting more books before I go so I can have more information.
And isn't it so great that we work at a library?
It's so great.
Where we have access to all these books at all the time.
It's overwhelming at times.
It can be.
What do I want to read? All
I
the
know,
things.
all the things. And going into that,
I was going to say, speaking of, what are you actually reading right now?
what am I actually reading? Okay, so I am doing a nonfiction book.
Classic.
It's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. I have a few more hours of that. That one's very interesting about neurophysics and all this different stuff. And then also Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young, because you have to have a little bit of fun in there too. So
I like that.
yeah, I like to do one nonfiction, one fiction normally.
So is your Spells for Forgetting, is that like a spooky book for our Burr months that we're coming into?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
I just finished a really spooky book too.
Did you?
Yes. I needed a new book for my book club. So I chose The Staircase in the Woods, and it is so spooky.
Yeah.
Chuck Wendig writes some really scary stuff. At first, it starts off just sort of an adventure book of sorts. There's a group of friends getting together to go camping. Okay. But then there's a staircase in the woods that's attached to nothing, and a friend goes up it and disappears. And 20 years later, they all get back together, and they have found another staircase.
Oh, my.
So at one point, I was so freaked out by this book, I had to close it and text my friends and tell them how scary my book was and touch grass, because
Well, you know, that's a
I
good
was
book.
pretty freaked out. But yeah, good job, Chuck. I really like that book. So if you're looking for a spooky book, Staircase in the Woods.
I love it. Well, along with books, we also have plenty of events. And we also have our Library of Things. So before we get into our lightning round, I just want to quickly touch on the Library of Things. I grabbed the Trekking the National Parks. This is a game that you can check out from our Library of Things. And along with plenty of other items, such as
I brought the ukulele.
That is so cool.
So we have a couple of different musical instruments over there, but the ukulele, nice and small. You can check this out and then go home and practice on it and bring it back. And what a great way, no money. You can play a musical instrument you've never played before and spend $0.
It's awesome. I love that we have that.
It's really cool.
All right, we're going to get right into our lightning round of events.
Okay.
As always, there's so much going on at Williams County Public Library.
Oh, what are we drinking?
Oh, yes. I have my pecan latte from Jumping Beans. Delicious.
And mine is an iced Milky Way. Thank you, Jumpin'. It is candy in a cup.
Okay, so for our first event at Bryan, we're going to be having Kids Grief Group on Monday, September 15th at 4:30 p.m. A safe and supportive space for children to share, heal, and grow. This monthly group is designed for kids ages 8 through 12 who are navigating the loss of a loved one. Through guided discussions, a grief workbook, and comforting activities, children will have the opportunity to express their feelings and connect with others who understand. Each session includes time for sharing, healing, and snacks, and you must register to attend.
In Edgerton, they're doing a cookies and canvas with Cassidy on Monday, September 15th at 6 p.m. Celebrate fall colors by painting an autumnal skyscraper in the woods. For ages 8 to 16, please register.
Pioneer will have Catch Your Pet Reading Photo Contest starting September 15th. Snap a pic of your pet reading and enter our photo contest. Submit printed photos to the library or email entries to bpi_staff@mywcpl.org. Submission deadline is October 13th, voting October 14th through November 14th, and 1 vote per person per day. Winner will be announced on November 17th. Let's see those paws, claws, and reading jaws and win a gift basket.
Stryker is doing Friends in Food Everything of Apples on Monday, September 15th at 6 p.m. Adults, bring your favorite apple dish along with the printed recipe. Exchange recipes and other attendees and taste delicious apple dishes.
Eden will be having a fall party on Friday, September 19th at 1 p.m. Enjoy lots of fun games, prizes, and snacks.
West Unity is doing family movie night on Friday, September 19th at 5:30. Enjoy a free meal and then watch Mufasa with snacks. Register for the meal. Registration is not required to only watch the movie. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Overdue Conversations, and be sure to stay tuned for the next one.